right, coin toss with Gene Steratore, our referee. A little overtime football coming up on Thursday Night Football with first place on the line in the division.
Call us tails. It is a tail. Which way would you like to kick? Stay where you are. The Jets have won the toss. Elect to receive.
Well, Kerry Rhodes called tails. Jets get the ball. Overtime with first place in the AFC East on the line. Jets and Patriots headed to overtime with first place in the AFC East on the line. Bob Papa, Chris Collinsworth back in Foxborough. Eric Mangini's squad 2-2 since he's been head coach. They lost earlier this year in Oakland. Bill Belichick won the last 7 overtime games, tying the longest streak in NFL history. If you remember, in Oakland earlier this year, Sebastian Janikowski kicked a 57-yard field goal to give the Raiders a 16-13 win over the Jets. Deep kick by Gostkowski, and Washington has to take a knee. Each team is given 2 timeouts for overtime.
Well, now Brett Favre has to wake his team up. I mean, they had to be thinking, we're in the locker room, this is over, right? All they needed was 1 first down. Gerard Mayo makes the huge hit on 3rd and 2, gives his offense a chance. Matt Castle converts. Matt Castle now 30 of 51, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Can he come back? Can he win a game? He sure can.
Sudden death. The first place in the division on the line. Jones in a 1-back set. Favre under pressure, sacked by Woods. First sack of the season for Pierre Woods. Loss of 5.
It was interesting talking to Dean Pease this week. I asked him, what is it that Pierre Woods does best? He says he rushes the passer. He said, we haven't given him many opportunities this year. Maybe Brett wasn't expecting it because of that. Comes completely unblocked. A blown protection to start this drive for the Jets.
Coles to the top of the screen. Patry to the bottom of the screen. Stuckey in the slot right. 2nd and 15 for Favre. Under pressure again. Batted away from Washington by Gary Guyton, the rookie out of Georgia Tech, who made this squad as a free agent.
Boy, the rookie linebackers have just come up huge tonight. Gerard Mayo earlier in the game, and now Gary Guyton in man coverage on perhaps one of the most difficult guys in the National Football League to cover one-on-one Leon Washington with perfect coverage.
Fans here at Gillette Stadium on their feet. 3rd and 15 for the Jets. First possession of overtime. Favre, wide open, Keller. And he's got the first down. Merriweather tackled him, but a big night for the rookie, Dustin Keller, a gain of 16.
It just simply had to be a blown coverage there. There was nobody even in the vicinity. I don't know if somebody rushed who shouldn't have rushed, who should have dropped back underneath that throw, but there was nobody in the area code for Keller.
Merriweather had a chance to stop him just short of the sticks and did not. Jones picks up about 4. Bruschi grabbed him by the ankle.
You just cannot get over that play. First, there's a blown protection on the part of the Jets to give up a sack, and then a blown coverage on the part of the Patriots that allowed the Jets to convert. If they don't convert that right there, they're going to have to punt the football, and it's going to be a very short field for a field goal.
2nd and 6 for New York. Jones the tailback. Favre back. Has Keller again. Keller Dumped at the 47-yard line. Delta O'Neal on the tackle. 12 yards for Keller.
Pierre Woods that time in coverage got enamored with Leon Washington underneath. And when he did that, he started to suck up for Leon Washington, and he leaves Keller in behind him. You got to take your zone drops. If they dump it to Leon Washington, so be it. But you have to do your job first.
So the Jets wiggled out of a 3rd and 15, and now they're driving the football. 1st and 10. Jones, no cutback lane, gets a yard. Seymour then gobbles him up. Jay Feely warming up. Earlier this year, he tied a career long with a 55-yard field goal. He was signed on September the 10th after Mike Nugent was injured in the opener in Miami.
Yeah, talking to Mike Westhoff on the field before the game, he said, they were asking about Mike Nugent. He said, no way I takes out Jay Feely after the job he did last week. You get to play again if you do that.
2nd and 9. Favre has a screen for Jones. He has some blockers. Dragged down at the New England 44, short of the 1st down marker. Pierre Woods and Bruschi on the tackle.
Yeah, nice job over there by DeBrickashaw. Ferguson got the hook on Richard Seymour. Alan Faneca came out from the guard position there and got a big kick out down the field. Perfectly executed by the speed side of that offensive line with DeBrickashaw, Ferguson, and Alan Faneca over there on the left.
3rd and 1 for the Jets. This drive started at their own 20 here in overtime. Washington to the left of Favre. Completes it to the 40 and a 1st down. Keller again. Mayo on the coverage.
Boy, this Dustin Keller has just been coming up huge the last couple of weeks. Monster game last week. Brett Favre made the statement, boy, I wish I'd have met you a lot earlier in my career. And now you understand why. Here in the clutch of this overtime, it has been Dustin Keller on the key plays.
4.5 minutes into overtime. 1st and 10 at the New England 40. Jones dropped, no gain. Mike Wright has played a very good ball game in for Ty Warren, who's inactive tonight.
Yeah, very solid. And to get Thomas Jones in the backfield, he has the lowest percentage of any back in the NFL this year of not gaining yardage, of actually losing yardage on a play, and that time he was trapped. Probably need about 7 yards to feel pretty good about this one.
Washington in to the right of Favre, who took the snap. Favre down the middle. Favre to Lavernius Coles. 1st down, Jets at the 24-yard line. Gain of 16.
Well, that time, because of the success that Dustin Keller has been having, the underneath linebacker that time, I think it was Gerard Mayo, jumped on Keller on the underneath route, leaving Coles open down the field.
Quickly, the Jets to the line. Washington up the middle, trying to center it at the 20-yard line.
Well, Brett Favre, when he's had to do it tonight, has been magnificent. This has been a drive much like the last one that they took down the field. And for Eric Mangini, he's got to be thinking, how hard is it to beat the Patriots? You know, they just looked like from the first half on they were going to have this game secured. And now it's getting to be decision time out here. When do you kick the field goal?
In the 3rd and 15 pass to Keller, fighting for the extra yardage. The key play on this one. Jones again, just keeping it centered right now as he's knocked down at the 18. And I would think you want to kick it on 3rd down.
I would personally, because if something goes wrong with the snap, you can raise up, call fire, find a receiver down the field, throw the thing out of bounds and have another shot at it. I can't imagine you're going to get too much closer here. You always take the chance of a fumble as well. It's like they're at least in the think about it mode.
So So 3rd and 4 at the 18. Jones again dives to the middle and knocked down at about the 16-yard line, and now the field goal unit would come out.
Well, here you go. Can't have a bigger kick than this one. First place on the line, but maybe even more than that for this Jets franchise to try and erase some of the ghosts of the past.
You know, 3 of Feely's 4 misses have come between the 30 and the 39-yard line. This will be a 34-yard kick. Remember, his first kick with the Jets was against New England, and he pushed one wide right. He's also missed from 36 and 37 of his 4 misses. The other miss came from 44 yards out.
Trying to jinx him or what, man? You just pointing out the facts here?
Pointing out the facts. Talked to Jay before the game. He's really enjoyed his time with the Jets. Of course, let go by Miami. He kicked last year for the Dolphins. That was 21 of 23 last year with Miami.
How do you describe, how do you put into words when a team has been beating you as consistently as this team has been beating the New York Jets? Super Bowl rings, and here's your chance to overcome a lot of those memories with one kick.
Officially 34 yards. Jay Feely to give the Jets first place in the division. Snap is good, and Feely knocks it through, and the Jets have won it in overtime, 34-31.
And now for the handshake.
Only the second time Eric Mangini has beaten Bill Belichick in his 3 years as head coach of the Jets. Well, the resiliency of the New York Jets, giving up the lead at the end of regulation on the Randy Moss touchdown catch, but Brett Favre converting a 3rd and 15 to Dustin Keller, pinned deep in their own territory. Keller fighting for the extra yardage, kept that drive alive.
And all the money, all the free agents, all the trades have now paid off. Brett Favre and Damian Woody and Alan Faneca, all those guys up front, Chris Jenkins and Calvin Pace. It was just enough to come into New England and knock off the Patriots.
Feely knocked it inside the left upright. James Dearth on the snap. Reggie Hodges with the good hold. And Jay Feely with the game-winning field goal.
And for all the talk about Brett Favre and his mistakes and does he push the envelope too much, here you come in against a team like the Patriots. Yes, they've got plenty of injuries, but that mystique still exists until you can knock one down, and Brett Favre was nearly perfect tonight.
26 of 33 for Favre, 258 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Eric Mangini says that's why we brought you here.
Thank you very much,
fella.
big guy.
Let's send it down to Adam Schefter.
Thanks very much, Brett. This team had lost 4 straight to the New England Patriots, 10 of the last 11. What does this win mean to this franchise?
Well, it means a lot, but it also means we have more games to play. You know, it's hard to put into words. I know the struggles the Jets have had here. We understand how good the Patriots are, and we knew what was at stake and what was in front of us. And believe me, that was not easy. But we found a way to win it. I hope it does a lot for us. Time will tell, but I know right now it puts us in first place, and with a few days to enjoy it.
What happened on the 3rd and 15 pass to Dustin Keller?
Well, they played zone and just blew out of there. And I actually looked over and saw Coach Belichick telling them all to get back. No secret. And they actually pushed towards our slot guys. And Dustin did a good job of peeking. It was just an all-go route, and it was one of those hoping and prayers, and they just blew it wide open.
How deflated was your team when it went into overtime?
Very deflated, probably as deflated as they were inflated. They fought their way back in it. Matt Castle played one heck of a football game. Randy Moss was Randy Moss. By the way, I looked for him. He told me to throw a pick. after the coin toss. I wanted to tell him I didn't. But you had everything in that game. It was a great game. I'm glad to be on the winning side of it.
This is what you came back for?
This is what I came back for.
Congratulations. Brett Favre, the New York Jets win 34-31 in overtime.
Adam, he didn't throw a pick. Chris, he wasn't even close to throwing a pick. He played as clean a game as any Jet coach or fan could hope for.
Yeah, I really thought it was masterful. You know, when Brett is on, it is just exciting to watch. But I think we have to at least mention the play of Matt Castle as well. You know, Matt Castle time and time again was forced to come from behind. There were questions, could he do that? He certainly got it done, but Brett was just a little better.
Coming up next on NFL Network, it's the Home Depot postgame show. The final score in overtime, the Jets 34, the Patriots 31. Thanks for watching Thursday Night Football on NFL Network.